Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter 19, Text 32. Maya yatha nuktam avadite hare कृतावतारस सुमित्र चेष्टितम् यथा हिरण्याक्ष उदार विक्रमो महामृदे क्रीडनवन्निराकृतः. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, I have explained to you the personality of Godhead's coming down as the firstborn incarnation and killing in a great fight a demon of unprecedented prowess, and if he were just as if he were a plaything. This has been narrated by me as I heard it from my predecessor, spiritual master. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Here the sage Maitreya admits that he explained the incident of the killing of Hiranyaksha by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a straight narration. He did not manufacture anything or add any interpretation, but explained whatever he had heard from his spiritual master. Thus he accepted as bona fide the system of parampara, or receiving the transcendental message in disciplic succession. Unless received by this bona fide process of hearing from a spiritual master, the statement of an acharya or preceptor cannot be valid. It is also stated here that although the demon Hiranyaksha was unlimited in prowess, he was just like a doll for the Lord. A child breaks so many dolls without real endeavor. Similarly, although a demon may be very powerful and extraordinary in the eyes of an ordinary man in the material world, to the Lord, killing such a demon is no difficulty. He can kill millions of demons as simply as a child plays with dolls and breaks them. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavam Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravaani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here we can see that Vidura, instead of participating in the Kurukshetra war, he had gone for a pilgrimage. He took the insult done by Duryodhana as a pretext or an excuse so that he will not participate or be in any of these political affairs. He left the home and he went for a pilgrimage. And on the way he got to know that Lord Krishna has wound up his Leela on this earthly planet. And having known this, he also knew that Krishna has instructed Uddhava before he passes away. Vidura became very curious to know what was the conversation between Krishna and Uddhava. Generally, the last conversation of the person is very important, I think. Whatever the essence that is being spoken. Just like recently one of the video went very much viral in all the social media that Ratan Tata passed away. The videos, especially the last speech, whatever he had done, became the most viewed videos. Because what the person speaks in the end matters a lot. Similarly, here Vidura also became very curious, and when he met Uddhava, he asked about what was the Krishna's instructions, please instruct me. Maitreya being junior to him, he didn't instruct him, he rather directed him to, Uddhava directed the uh, directed Vidura to go to Maitreya Rishi because in age he is very senior to him. So now Vidura has approached Maitreya, and Maitreya telling about the Supreme, he directly didn't tell that Lord has passed away or this is what happened and all that incident. Understanding that Vidura is also a great devotee of Lord, very much attached to him, so he narrated many other pastimes of the Lord, and then he started narrating all this. So when narrating about the Supreme Lord and his pastimes, uh, Maitreya had mentioned all the things as it is. In spiritual life, anything you want to understand, if you want to know it is authentic or not, it has to test three tests it has to pass. One is it has to be certified by Guru and Shastras as well as Sadhu. So when these three things are criteria are being met, then it is accepted as authentic. So similarly, following the same lines, here Maitreya is telling whatever I am explaining to him, you about the personality of God at past times, it is not my understanding, it is not my interpretation. As the acharyas in the parampara have explained it and they have passed on to me, the same thing I have explained to you. So in this way, the Maitreya is telling about the importance of the parampara. Same thing Prabhupada is highlighting in the purport as well, wherein it is being told, unless received by this bona fide process of hearing from the spiritual master, the statement of an acharya or preceptor cannot be valid. So even the acharya, when he is telling, he will not whimsically tell anything. He will also quote many shastras. He will quote previous acharyas. So in this way, the whole knowledge is coming actually from parampara. Even when Krishna was telling this knowledge, when Arjuna understood it, Krishna told this, I have knowledge, I have told it to earlier to sun god Vivaswan. Imam Vivaswan, Proktavan Aham Avyayam. So it had come in the parampara, the knowledge, but eventually that knowledge got lost. Knowledge got lost doesn't mean that the Bhagavad Gita book was lost, shlokas were lost. No. The actual purport of what the Bhagavad Gita says or that knowledge is told, that is being lost. It was misinterpreted. So that is why Krishna is telling, I am retelling the same knowledge to you once again, Arjuna. That means to say, the knowledge has to come in parampara, and whenever there is whenever that knowledge is lost, once again Krishna comes. So Krishna has to come, means he will not only come to kill the demons, he will not only come for such things only. Krishna also comes to establish dharma by establishing the parampara. Just like Krishna came, Krishna first told this knowledge to whom? Narada Muni. From Narada Muni it came to Vyasadeva, then Madhva. Like that, it coming in the parampara, it got lost. So that is why Krishna once again came. So establishing dharma also mean to say, to establish the knowledge that is coming in the parampara. So when Krishna himself is following this principle, in fact Krishna himself also accepted the spiritual master. Who was the guru of Krishna? Krishna and Balaram went to Gurukul. Vasudeva went to Sandipani Muni, he learnt there. Even Lord Rama also went to a guru. Who was the Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna also went. Sage Vashishta. So under his guidance they learnt. So Krishna always repeatedly in any avatar he comes, he is always establishing this truth that the knowledge has to be received in the parampara through the spiritual master. It is Lord Krishna doesn't want any spiritual master. Lord Rama came, he doesn't want any spiritual master. In fact, as the Paramatma in the heart of the acharyas, he is only giving the knowledge. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum we call. He doesn't require any spiritual master. But to set an example for the common man to follow, Krishna accepts Guru. Even if, in fact, it is very beautifully explained in the Ramayana that when Dasharatha handed over Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna under the guidance of the sage Vashishta, Dasharatha also go and sits there in the Gurukula. Then Vashishta says, why you have come and sat here? And Dasharatha, because he was so much attached to Rama that he couldn't get separated from him at all. He told, no, I will also sit with my children, I will also learn. But Vasishtha says, no, no, if you sit them, how will I be able to rebuke them? You will be showing parental affection to them. There will be no proper environment being created. So then Dasharatha very hesitatingly goes back. So then Rama and all the other brothers, they take the lesson from Vasishtha very respectfully. They serve their guru as though they are serving their own father, their own no seniors. Even when the final battle between the Ravana and the Rama happens, that time also when Ravana's all the heads were beheaded and he was about to die, that time Rama says to Lakshmana, please quickly go to him and take the last knowledge from him. Because Ravana, although he was demonic, he had lot of knowledge. That knowledge what we had gained should not die with him. So when Lakshmana, he sends to Lakshmana, immediately Lakshmana goes and says, Rama has sent me, you have got lot of knowledge, please share with me, should not die with you. When he says, Ravana immediately turns his face away from Lakshmana. Immediately Lakshmana comes back and he says to Rama that, see, he was very as usual, even at this death he has not given up his pride. He has not told anything to me. Then Rama asks one question. When asking him to impart knowledge, where did you sit? So then Lakshmana says, obviously I had to sit near his mouth. I went and sat near his head. Then Rama says, what a big mistake you have done. Then Rama himself rushes towards Ravana and he sits near his feet, pays his obeisance. And then with a prayerful mode, he tells to Ravana, you have done such a great tapasya and you have gained so much of knowledge. This knowledge should be used for Loka Kalyan in future. Please share that knowledge with us. So then Ravana opens his eyes and then he shares the knowledge. The knowledge he says is, Ravana says that when I was very strong, very powerful, all capable, lot of good counseling came to me to do certain things. Yet I did all those things in my life. So whatever good counseling came, I kept on postponing or neglecting them. And lot of other negative counseling also came. Shurpanaka came, she told me to take away Sita and do so many other things. Whenever wrong guidance came to me, immediately started doing them and planning for them. So he told, the great lesson I have learnt in my life is, whenever negative or wrong things come to you, you keep postponing them. Whenever good guidance come to you, immediately follow them. What a wonderful lesson Ravana also shares. So, but then Rama showed a lesson how to get the knowledge. That's why Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshante te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Krishna says that when you want to achieve any spiritual knowledge, it's not that you go somebody and you pay some money and you, whatever you want, you ask question, you will get the knowledge. No, that's not the way. Tadvidhi pranipatena prakrishta rupena nipataha. We should know, just like somebody is very humble, they take a grass in their mouth and they pay obeisance. That is how Rupa Goswami received the knowledge for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Dashashwamedha Ghat. Even Sanatana Goswami received in that way. So if at all you want to gain any knowledge, we should go with a humble mood. And then it is not that directly go and ask any question and I'll get a knowledge. No, that is not the way you receive the knowledge from the parampara. First of all, we have to do seva. Pariprashnena sevaya. So before you do pariprashna, you have to do seva. So when you do seva, the realized souls will become very pleased with you and your prashnas will be answered. Upadekshante te jnanam. Then they impart the knowledge. Then we will be able to actually understand that and apply in our life. So similarly, even when we are gaining a knowledge from the Shastras, when we are getting knowledge from the Sadhu, from Guru, it is not that I directly go and I just ask some question or stand before them. No. We should be in the humble mood. When the mood is humble, when you are in a receptive mood, how do you say somebody is in a humble mood? The simple test is whether you are ready to render service or not. You have gone to Guru, And if Guru gives any service, if you are ready to do, that means you are humble. So in that way, when you render service to Guru, then you will be able to get the knowledge. That is why no matter how much a big king he may be or a big rich man's son he may be, whoever he may be, when they go to Gurukula, they all have a same kind of treatment. Everybody has to do same services. Everybody get the same food. It is not that now Rama has gone to Vashishta's Gurukula. He is a king's son. He is given on Simhasana there, and he is all given Mrishtanna. He is all given Rajbhog, and other children are given something like this. No, everybody give. Krishna we also studied with who was his best friend. Sudama, he was such a poor person, correct? Poor man's son he was, but they were the best friends. They used to always play together, learn together. They went to forest also together. They got stuck there. Correct? Once what happened? Krishna showed by his example that Sandipani Muni's wife, she told, for cooking there are no dried stick and all, you go and get. So Krishna along with the Sudama, they go to the forest, and suddenly the rain, there is thunderstorm. No, just like today morning rain came, no? In Mangalore, a lot of thunderstorms. So like that it came and they got stuck. And in the forest, when it becomes dark in the night, you will not know which direction to head towards. Those times there was no compass or no mobile that you give a call, somebody will come. Nothing was there. And they didn't know which direction to head towards. They got stuck, and whole night they had to spend there. Then Sandipani becomes very much concerned that his two shishas had gone to the forest to fetch the food, but they have not come back. So then Sandipani himself, along with all the shishas they head towards, they find that finally they were stuck because of heavy rains there, and they bring them back. So Krishna personally showed himself that how much we should take all inconveniences in order to serve Guru. Guru or Guru Patni both are same. Since Sandipani Mani is seeing this devotion, he blesses Krishna and Sudama that whatever you have learnt in Gurukula, you will never forget them. And you will always be able to apply that in your life. So in this way, he blesses them very nicely. So we can see that one side, when we follow the parampara system very nicely in a humble mode, we get all the blessings. And on the other hand, if you don't follow the parampara system, whimsically we start doing anything, already showed, anything, knowledge is showed upon us, blessing is showed upon us, we are not in a proper attitude, we are not in the proper frame of mind to receive them. Now we have seen, many a times, there are good parents giving a good counseling to children, teachers are there giving good counseling. So some very obedient children, they mold their life in that way, they become very good children. And the same teachings some other children would have got, students would have got, still they would have not evolved themselves so much because of their attitude, because of the state of mind they are in while they are receiving the knowledge. And another important thing we can learn here is, Prabhupada says that Lord, although he came in the boar form, it is not that he has to personally come to kill the demons like Hiranyaksha and all. For Lord to kill all these demons is like a plaything. Just like children, sometimes you give some dolls and so many playthings, they will play, sometimes they will break it also. While breaking it is not that you have to put a lot of strain to do that. Playfully they will just casually do something, it will break away. Similarly, Lord, it's not that he is using all his power and full force, no. Just like we see sometimes a person lifting the whole earth. What is that? Atlas. With so much of strain. So Lord also, it is not that he is putting so much effort to run the whole universal affairs. No. Just by Krishna's will, we sing that song, no? Tava Icha. What is that song? Tava Icha Mata Vishnu Korena Srijana. Tava Icha Mate Brahma Korena. What is that? He does Srijana. And Vishnu does Palana. Tava Icha Kore Shiva Samhara. So Icha, it is not that Krishna has to go sometime, he has to train. No, anything we want to get it done through somebody. Just like in our temple recently wanted some new devotees were initiated into Brahmana, this thing. We wanted to train them to do Narsimha Homa. So it is not that he has to just empower them, it will happen. No. They have to be trained properly, correct? This is how it has to be done. You have to show them also. Even in our schooling, we have learned this. They used to say how the learning emerges. The learning emerges by first is I do, you see, then is we do together, next is you do, I see. This is how generally the training happens, right? So, so these devotees are being trained. It is not that you just go and tell tomorrow you do Homa. You have seen, no, I am doing Homa, so many festivals I am doing. So you give ghee in his hand, put fire, will he be able to do? No. They have to be properly trained. So, in this context also, when we see that when the Lord wants to impart any knowledge, it is not that he has to come and train Shiva. It is not that he has to come and train Brahma. Not required. Divyagnan Hriday Prakashito, even Brahma, when he sat for tapasya for many, many millions of years, when he was born, he didn't know what to do. He just emerged from the lotus flower. He didn't know where this lotus flower is also coming from. So when he started thinking where I am coming from, what is the cause of all this, what I have got to do, so then he sat for meditation for many, many long years. Then Lord Vishnu came. Then he told Tapa, perform tapas. Once again he did tapas for many, many years. So under his guidance, he could get the knowledge. Lord didn't come, like this you have to create, like this you have to do, no. So when Lord empowers and blesses anybody, mystically this Krishna consciousness will work. Generally we see that somebody practicing Krishna consciousness, eventually he changes. He is not the same person what he was earlier. How is that? You are not sent to school and trained to do like this, do like this. Of course we pick up by seeing other devotees, other seniors and everybody. But most of it happens by blessings of Lord Krishna, by blessings of Guru. So now Hiranyaksha, it's not that Lord has to come and he has to demolish him. No. Millions and millions of demons, he can finish it off just by his will. So in this way we can see that Maitreya is certifying, he is telling that whatever knowledge I am imparting to you, it is not told by me. It is coming in the parampara. But unfortunately, many of the spiritual knowledge, so-called spiritual knowledge people are gaining in this world, they are not coming in the parampara. They are not authorized. People on their own, they are creating certain things and they are telling in the name of spirituality is going and many people are following. Correct? In fact, one of such spiritualists who was being interviewed some time before, he was being asked one question that, have you read Bhagavad Gita? He's a great spiritualist. He has a big fan following. But then he says, no, I have not read Bhagavad Gita. Whatever I am speaking is my realized knowledge. What is the value of your knowledge? Because our senses are not perfect. Our mind and senses, see whatever knowledge we get it through Jnanendriyas. Indriyas means senses. Jnana means the senses through which we gain our Jnana. Which are the Jnanendriyas? Our eyes. By our eyes we get Jnana. Correct? When I am walking, how to walk, whether walk in this way or that way. By seeing only I do that. While driving, anyways we gain our knowledge by seeing. Sometimes we gain our knowledge by hearing. Just like your Bhagavatam, we are all reading out now. You are able to hear and you are able to gain some knowledge. Some knowledge we get by our smell. Something is burning or anything. When cooking you are doing, you gain knowledge by whether it is cooking properly or not by smelling. Something by tasting, whether khara is more or sweet is more. You taste, you gain the knowledge. So these senses are the medium through which we get our knowledge. So the medium through which we are getting knowledge are itself not perfect or defective. How will my knowledge be perfect? I cannot hear below 20 decibels and above 20,000 decibels. But other animals like bats, elephants can hear. So our senses are not perfect. Correct? I cannot smell as good as the dogs smell. Dogs are much better than humans in smelling. Correct? So with these defective senses we cannot gain any perfect knowledge. So if I cannot gain any perfect knowledge through defective senses, how can I impart perfect knowledge to others? Let's say Prabhupada says, Andhayata enda rupagiya manat. So it is like one blind man, he is telling others, he is crossing the MG road. So you all want to cross, no, you please hold my hand, I will make you cross the road. He himself is blind. What is the guarantee that safely he will be able to cross all others? Not possible, right? So similarly, following a people who are not in the parampara system is like holding a blind man who want to cross the road. But on the other hand, if we follow the parampara system very strictly, adhere to all the instructions that acharyas have given, automatically we will gain all the knowledge. Just like Arjuna, he just heard from Lord Krishna and immediately he was able to know what he has to do in the war field. So we come across many such dandwas in our life, right? When we hear the knowledge from the parampara, we will get the direction what exactly need to be done. Otherwise, just following whimsically somebody telling something and it will not lead us to anywhere. So people who are following so-called spiritual fan following is there of spiritual leaders, actually they are not actually gaining what the Shastras have got to offer, what the real parampara system has got to offer. That is why, in order to make it very clear, there are 4 paramparas through which we can gain this knowledge. This spiritual knowledge is coming through 4 paramparas. Which are those? Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, and Kumara Sampradaya. So these are the 4 Sampradayas or lineage in which the spiritual knowledge is coming. So if somebody says, I am a guru, I am a spiritual master, or I am something, first question what you should ask him? From which parampara you are coming? If he says, no, I am not coming into any parampara, I had done tapasya for some time, I got this knowledge, I am imparting to everybody. Immediately should understand he is a quack number 1. So we are very fortunate that we are getting the knowledge in the parampara, Brahma Gaudya Sampradaya, Madhva Sampradaya, wherein the Brahma himself, who is the first recipient of the spiritual knowledge from Lord Krishna, is our first guru in the parampara. And then Narada Muni is there, Vyasadeva is there, all great stalwart acharyas are there. Coming from very recent time, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then our current acharya Srila Prabhupada. So if we adhere to whatever Srila Prabhupada has told, if we gain the knowledge that is coming in the parampara as it is, and try to apply also as it is not that you just hear as it is not enough. You should understand as it is and apply also as it is. Not that you have heard something and you go and do something else. Misinterpreting that will not give the real knowledge. Just like I remember, before I joined temple, we used to go to temple very regularly. And when we used to go, we were a group of some 4 or 5 devotees who were practicing Krishna consciousness. So one among them came up with an idea that you go outside sometime and if you have no opportunity to eat anything, what you should do, you should put tulsi in that and then you can eat anything. So then one fine day he brought something and he opened from some bakery and he opened that and he took some tulsi, which is prasad tulsi of Krishna. He put in that book, abhi ye prasad ho gaya, sab le sakte hain. So we were all very stunned. How can some bhoga brought from outside and you're not even offered to Krishna, and how do you say this becomes prasadam? So in this way, when we start misinterpreting the things, then there is a dharmasya glani. So this we should understand in our life. We may be knowingly or unknowingly applying this wrong principle. We want to be Krishna conscious, but we want to do anukulena. Whatever is anukula for me, I want to apply. So this shouldn't be done. Either be it you are eating prasadam or be it anything for that matter. So you should be very careful about how am I following the parampara system very strictly. More strictly you follow, ye yatha maam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamim. Accordingly, Krishna will reciprocate to us. Of course, at our stage, whatever is possible, we should gradually start following them and go. Like the principle is you have to chant 16 rounds. It is not that day when somebody has come, he starts chanting 16 rounds. No. Somebody may be drinking tea and coffee. Somebody may be eating non-veg. Not that day when they come, You want to follow parampara system? Yeah, you should give up all this. All it has to be told, but first of all, we have to make him gradually evolve. Then, when he is prepared to give it up, then we should tell him. Not that he is not prepared to do that sufficiently, he is not sufficiently practiced Krishna consciousness, you tell him to give it up. No. Rather than when Prabhupada went to West also, he didn't tell, don't do this, don't do this. He didn't tell all that. Rather, Prabhupada told, do this. Just what is the first thing Prabhupada did into West? Only thing he did is made them people chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when you make person chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna mantra will prepare him to follow other principles. The Hare Krishna mantra will purify his heart and mind so that he will be able to follow higher and higher principles of Krishna consciousness. The Hare Krishna mantra will give him the knowledge, give him the guidance, the heart, the proper frame of mind, attitude, everything, so that he can accept higher principles of Krishna consciousness. So in Krishna consciousness, although there are many don'ts, we start up with do's. And one of the first and the foremost to do is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then is try to give as much prasada as possible. We can see this transformation happening in our own life. There were so many people we are in touch with, making them chant Hare Krishna, or like for example, there are people whom we were motivating to go to, recently went to Yatra. There are people whom we are telling since 15 years, come go for Yatra, let us go to Ayodhya here and there. They are not coming at all. So many excuses they had. But then every time we go, Prabhupada has established one very good principle of distributing Mahaprasadam. So this prasada when you give, actually he is progressing in his spiritual life. That is why you go to ISKCON Bangalore, you ask any senior devotees who were there before the temple is built, how this temple is built. One devotee told me, you know how this temple is built? This temple is built up of what, you know? No, this temple is built up with some bricks and some iron is there, steel is there. I started, no. This temple is built by Khaja, he told. Then I was wondering, where is Khaja in the temple to build? Because we went, met people, they gave so much Khaja we gave them, that they all contributed for this temple, and that's how we were able to build this temple. So we built the temple by Khaja, he says. So in this way we can understand when we adhere to the parampara system very strictly. More strictly you follow, more blessings you get. Simple formula. More you compromise, less will be reciprocation from Krishna's side. More strictly you adhere, more quickly you will progress, more Krishna will involve in your life. So very simple thing. You want Krishna to involve in your life, you follow the instructions of Guru accordingly. More you follow Guru's instructions, more Krishna will involve in your life. Like for example, let us say you want to understand Krishna very nicely. What Prabhupada has told? Prabhupada has told regularly read my books. So if you start regularly reading Prabhupada books 1 hour, then Krishna will reveal himself to you because you are following the acharyas. This thing, it is not, Krishna will not reveal because you have done tapasya. Just like Dhruva Maharaj did tapasya for just 5 months. There are great yogis who are doing thousands of years tapasya. They were not able to realize. Why the Dhruva Maharaj could realize? Because he strictly followed the instruction of Narada Muni, who was his guru. So it is not that our strength, our tapasya will inspire Krishna. No. Even Rakshasas have done so many thousands of years of tapasya. That will not inspire. What inspires Krishna is our sincerity towards Guru, our attitude and our following nature towards Guru. That will inspire Krishna. That is why he will bless us. So we should also become very intelligent to knowing well that what inspires and pleases Krishna, and we have to act accordingly. That is why even we sing in the morning prayers, what we say, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. So by the blessings of Guru, we get the blessings of Krishna. Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi. If his blessings is not there, there is no chance of getting the blessings of Lord Krishna. That is why if you please Krishna, if you please Guru, it is understood that you have pleased Krishna. If you have not pleased Guru means there is no way to please Krishna at all. And and Prabhupada says the very easy way you can satisfy me, please me is, one of the disciple asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, how can we please you the most? Now, there are many ways to please, distributing books. So devotees are expecting Prabhupada will tell, distribute my books or build temples, go and preach Krishna consciousness everywhere, do this. Prabhupada didn't tell any of those things. Prabhupada says, chant Hare Krishna. That pleases me the most. So when we also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rest assured Prabhupada is pleased most. But how to chant also Prabhupada has told. One is, we should not do those 10 offenses while chanting the holy name of the Lord. There are 10 offenses, so you should not do them. And Prabhupada also says when chanting you have to hear attentively. The process is to chant Hare Krishna and exactly the same sound you hear. So this attentive chanting, so these are the regulations we have to follow. These are instructions of Prabhupada. So more you want to please Prabhupada, more nicely you have to chant. And more nicely you have to chant means you have to understand what and all Prabhupada has told us to chant very nicely. And the first step towards that is, the process is to chant Hare Krishna and exactly the same sound you hear. We should hear what we are chanting. Most of the times when we are chanting, we are not actually hearing. We are thinking so many other things. Chanting is going on. Mouth is producing the sound. Lips are, no, they are all doing like this. Tongue is doing everything. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. What I am doing today afternoon, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Today evening, where I am going, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna is going on, but mind also is going on somewhere else. This will not help. Actually, your chanting Hare Krishna has become a background music for our thinking. Now, many times in our house, now we do many house course work. Background, some music will be going on. No, our work is going on. Background music gives kind of a motivation or a nice feeling. Similarly, our chanting has become a nice background music for whatever I am thinking now. This should not happen. It is an offense. When you are chanting, you have an appointment with Krishna personally. And this appointment is not Krishna has given you appointment. You have called Krishna. You have called Krishna means you should attend to him, right? So what am I doing? I have called somebody to come to my house and he has come and you opened the door and he went inside in the mobile phone. That's what we do now while chanting. Hare Krishna is going on, this also is going on. This side scrolling is going on, this side chanting is going on. This side typing is going on, this side chanting. No, it's very offensive. Should not do that. So next time when you are sitting for chanting, automatically you should know that I have called Krishna. And when I called, we should know what is his expectation, no? Krishna's expectation is only one thing. You just hear what you are chanting, he is telling. So when you attentively chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, Krishna becomes very pleased. And when Krishna becomes very pleased, Guru becomes very pleased, rest assured all the Divyagna and Hridaya Prakashita, all the spiritual knowledge necessary for one's progress, necessary for one's controlling the mind and senses, necessary for one to become happy and satisfied, everything is supplied by Krishna. Of course, we don't chant Hare Krishna to control my sense. I don't chant Hare Krishna so that I become satisfied. No. I chant Hare Krishna because, why? I chant Hare Krishna because Prabhupada becomes pleased. I chant Hare Krishna because Prabhupada has told me. I chant Hare Krishna because Krishna also become pleased. So in this way we start doing chanting Hare Krishna as per the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. We are actually following the Parampara system. And when we are following the Parampara system, rest assured, we are being blessed by Lord Krishna. So this is what we can understand here, that when we understand, just like Maitreya Rishi imparted the knowledge as is to Vidura, and Vidura have heard this, and these are being recorded by Vedavyas in this book, and it is coming down to us. If you also in the same way try to hear and understand them and impart this knowledge to others, we will be very much noticed by Lord Krishna and become blessed. So by this we conclude. Anybody has any questions?